It's a brown box with a number on it. Must be another Retevis return from Amazon. Let's get over to the bench, figure out what is or isn't wrong with this thing. You never know. So people talk about China and quality problems, but to be honest with you, I have had quality problems with products from America and with products from Japan. So problems with quality and returns and construction and all that jazz are universal and worldwide. We've got our owner's manual like we should. We have our top cover like we should. We have our radio. This one might have not even been opened. We'll find out. Still has its screen protector on it. Microphone's in a bag. Power cable is unwrapped and unchewed. Accessory bag is unopened. Mounting bracket is unopened. All right, looks good to me so far. Okay, so now we plug in the dummy load. The dummy load's attached to a power meter, so I can check out power meter type jazz, type stuff. Power, it came on already. It says Retevis, and it's got the loud beep on. Let's get that loud beep fixed. Beep 1 is, let's do it on beep 2, just for me. Turn mic gain up to 3, change display frequency to name, and right now it says speaker main and all the sound is coming out of the speaker, so I'm going to change that over to hand mic, and I can hear that it's working out of the hand mic, so that works just fine. Let's go back. We've got 145, 150, and 431, 150. So let's check to make sure that it's going to transmit on those frequencies. I'm turning on my frequency counter, my power meter, and my SWR meter, and I'm going to key up on 145, 150 and see what power we're putting out. 20 watts. Excellent. Let's change it over to the B band, which is a 70 centimeter frequency, and 22.6 watts. Excellent. So let's do my All-Star node, key up. We got the All-Star tail, so it does transmit, it does receive. KM9G, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, number 16.
Audio level is normal. KM9G, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, number 16.
Having that All-Star node set up makes it really easy to test, transmit, and receive. All right, let's check out to make sure this thing does its programming trick. So I don't need to unplug it, but I do need to get this off. Oh, there's no programming cable. We'll have to fix that. So you can get the programming cables directly off of Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description down below for that as well. So I found out in the last video that you can't have the cable plugged in before you launch Chirp. The cable's got to be programmed in before Chirp comes to life. So let's plug the cable in and launch Chirp. Let's do radio, download from radio, and Retevis RT95 is the one that we used last time. So I'm going to hit OK. PC read on the radio, and failed to do it. All right, let's figure this out. Close that, close that. Maybe it isn't that problem, or maybe I was just that fast getting Chirp running before it had figured out the cable. Radio, download, okay. Oh, failed to download a second time. And you're receiving something, but I don't have a speaker plugged in, so I can't hear it. Let's go menu, reset, option, all, option. Let's reset all. This is the factory reset. Reset MCU. Please wait. And we're back to loud mode. Radio, download, download. And we're cloning this time. PC read. And that right there is exactly what happened to me on my ICOM IC7300. When I got it out of the box, it didn't work. I had to do a factory reset, and then it worked fine. And I used that for quite a few years and then hammed it on to somebody else. So, like I said, this stuff happens. That's why you have warranties and tech support and the ability to return products. And then I get them and fix them and send them on to somebody else. It's all part of the circle of life. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna go up here to settings. Can I change that speaker from in here? Beat volume 4, I can. Oh, thank you. I'm going to change this just because I want to see something different. RT95 number 16. RT95 number 16. Must be between 0 and 7 characters. Okay. RT95 number 16. Don't let me type in more characters. It doesn't like the pound sign, the octothorpe. Hashtag RT9516. Finally. All right. Got that all squared away. Everything else, I didn't change. I did change. I didn't change. Oh, I did a factory reset. So even if I did change, I didn't change. Somewhere in here, I should be able to change it to display name instead of frequency. Display mode frequency, display mode name. Good. Memories, channel 1, 146.52, 52Q, 52, and then we do 2 meter calling, and then high power, good enough. Radio, upload to radio. Let's go. Cloning to radio, PC right, she's moving. And then we'll see if that changed the opening screen and also programmed in the channel and the sound. I changed the beep to be lower. Rebooting. Oh, it did say RT9516. It did not do the channel mode. Let me put the microphone in and see if that was me. I don't know why I did that. I don't need to put the microphone in to do that. Display name. Okay, that worked. Am I not in channel mode? I was not in channel mode. There we go. So channel 1 is 2 meter call. Perfect. That was me. All right, there is number 16 done and in the box. Well, it's in my hand. It's going in the box. Work with the metaphor. Okay, so it was touch and go there for a minute with the programming. I don't know what was going on, but factory reset took care of it. We're good to go on that. Programming worked, transmit worked, received worked. Everything's in the box except for the programming cable, and you can get those individually. So I think we're good to get this one on the road to its new home as well. If you would like to grab one of these repaired radios that I have, or the dummy load, the meter, etc., the stuff that I use in the video to test it all out, I will leave links in the description down below for more information on that. If you don't want to get a used one, get a new one. They're fun little radios. They're affordable. I want to say they're 130 bucks brand new, and then I sell them for around 110 plus shipping used. So you're saving yourself about 20 bucks at the end of the day there. And I also do have these for sale at local ham fests. So if you catch me at a ham fest, I might have something that you might be interested in. The radio does the thing, so there you go. Yet another one. 16 in a row, not a problem with these. I have had one so far that could not be repaired. Don't know if you've seen the video on that one yet or not. So be sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see when that one comes out. In the meantime, I got a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.